Right in front of you is something I've been waiting for a little over a week now. It was supposed to show up a few days ago, and it didn't show up until today. Um, it was even marked as shipped and delivered, even though it wasn't. But it showed up today, so fortunately, it's here. This is a 1 to 100 scale model from a friend of mine's indie range that he's working on himself. It's from a game called Eisenfront, and this is the CEU heavy hauler model. It's pretty small scale, like this is the cockpit, but there's a lot of really nice, really clean detail here, and it looks really cool. So I thought it'd be fun to share with everybody, you know, what it looked like, how it came, and then the build process. So going over the parts, everything looks really clean. There's a couple of little like slag marks just on the outside of the feet here. On the arms, there's like a little bit right here on the inside of this piece, but the other piece is fine. The keys aren't too bad. They're a little big, but it shouldn't be a problem. The extra hands and claws you get look perfectly fine. I don't see anything too crazy going on here. So those look good. I think this is a backpack maybe, or it's a cannon for the top. So that should be pretty straightforward, and it should be easy to modify that to make it look like a gun just drilling out the barrels. But there's not really, there's like a little teeny tiny piece of slag right here. The waist, again, perfectly fine. There's a little teeny tiny bit right in here, just needs a little bit of work. The gun arm is pretty simple. There's lots of room for like a little additional details. Tiny bit of slag here around the back, but again, nothing crazy. This is probably gonna be the hardest piece to fix, just because any mistake is on the inside of the detail right here. But again, nothing too major. The arms. We also get these little joints. I don't know what these are made of. They're like a little rubbery kind of. They look like they're cast in resin, but they're rubbery. So I'm inclined to believe that there's something else. But you get two of these. I think these ones are probably for the arms, and I think the legs are double jointed because there's not a shin piece, so the foot is going to plug into the thigh. So this is like your knee and your ankle at the same time. So I'm going to just jump into cleaning this guy up, I guess. I thought I had another pair of cutters. They're around here somewhere off. Oh, there they are. They're on the floor. Right where they should be. So I'm just going to cut that free. I'm going to try and butt that up just a little bit more. I don't want it flush, but I want it close. And on this little piece right here, I'm just going to snip that on the largest, whatever side has the most material. I'm going to snip it on that side. So there we go, just like that. Now, again, it's got a bit of a lip. That's super easy to get rid of. So the first thing I'm going to use is some box. Well, I would use a file, but I don't know where my file went. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to hit it with some 400 grit. I'm going to create like a rounded edge here, so I'm just going to kind of softly follow that edge with the 400 grit. Just kind of bezel it out a little bit, and there you have it. So there's still a little bit of material, just like a tiny little gap there. It's as we sand a little higher, that's going to go away. So there's not really anything else that needs to be done on the front, but I am going to take 600 grit, and we're going to go on the inside of the back here and just kind of clean up all this gunk. I think I'm going to hit it with a knife first, though, because there's a lot sticking out here, and this seems to be the messiest of the pieces that I got, so I think that's pretty good. The material is pretty soft, so it's easy to just kind of clip away. Just take your time and don't be too aggressive, and you should be able to get all the extra material off with a knife. Then I'm going to come in with a 600 grit. Here's one side. Still got a little bit right there. I'm just going to keep attacking that, but we're going to jump over to the other side, and let's see if we can clean up a little bit of gunk on this side. And then I'm just going to try and scrape some of this line away. And the same with this one. All right, so I'm going to use this opportunity to increase the detail just on this little back piece right here. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks fine. But where I've sanded it, it's kind of destroyed some of that detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill a hole into the piece. And this is going to do two things. The first thing, and probably the most important thing, is it's going to let me just sand that smooth. The only detail on the back was this circle. If you want to keep the circle, it's really easy to replicate. But if you want to add something else, this is going to be the way to do it. So I'm going to come back this time with 400, and I'm just going to hit that a little bit more aggressive. And that looks a lot better already. So for extra detail, I'm going to use these 3D printed parts that I've become so fond of. I'm going to grab like these little tri-pronged pieces. They look really cool, and we're going to just shove those in there, and that should fill those gaps and create really interesting, unique looking detail. I'd lost that piece. Where oh, it's still in there. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to just chop the little extra bit off and just shove that right in the spot. Let me drill it out just a little bit more. Okay. Ooh, looks like I drilled in a little too far, but that's okay because I can just use a pair of tweezers and some super glue, and we will fix that right where it needs to be. And then we'll move on to the next piece. There we go. So very minor stuff, but I think it looks a lot cooler and will help make the kit kind of stand a little bit more on its own. So cockpit is finished. Let's kind of build this as we go. So let's go ahead and put the let's do the cannon on the top next. So just like last time, I'm gonna just go ahead and trim this out using my cutters. And that comes off pretty easily. All the flash and stuff comes off no problem. Now I'm going to take something a little bit finer. And just get in there. There we go. Still just a little bit of flash right here on the inside of that. Poke that with the knife and scrape the inside of that a little bit just to get rid of all the residue. But that looks pretty good just as is. So the fit on this, there's a little bit more of a pour tab. Let's go ahead and just sand that down just a little bit because we can use that to our advantage to tighten the tolerance just a little bit. And that looks super good to me. And it moves, still articulated. So I'm going to leave the center hollow because I don't see any reason in boring that out. But these little tubes here, just hit them with a drill bit. And there we go. So now those look proper and weapony. Let's do the waist. So far, this has been really straightforward, and I like it. There's not a lot of complexity here. It's just, you know, I think what's going to be cool about this is it's going to be carried by the paintwork. That's that. So that was simple enough. Now we've got a body. So I think what I'm the most curious about are these. These look like, and they feel like they're kind of rubbery. They feel like a polycat material, but they look like they've been recast. So I don't know if this is like rubber that they've been cast in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to snip one of these out, and I'm going to use the part itself. That's not wide enough. We need a little bit bigger bit than that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out through the center, and I'm going to use this as a pin because it's actually molded onto the piece, and it will hold better than if I were to drill an actual pin or just cut this off and glue it. So I'm going to start by just drilling a pilot hole through the middle. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just drill through because it should go right through the center and into the other side of the piece in the middle. Maybe. I think my drill bit actually got stuck in the resin. Let's just try that again. What's up, Jacob? There we go. And I'm just going to get rid of this excess crud. Now I'm going to use this guy and just pour that out a little bit. And hopefully I can just stick this in here and call it a day. Trim it down a little bit. Oh, snap. Jacob is actually in here. There we go. What's up, man?
Hey. Give me. I still got to set up. I got caught up playing Borderlands. Don't judge.
Gross.
What's so gross?
Borderlands.
It's a fun game. They really went all out on the third one.
Did they?
Yeah, it's awesome. Be right back. I gotta get something to do with my hands.
Okay.
So, what are you wearing?
Clothes.
Oh, come on, give me details.
Why are you like this?
Why aren't you?
I don't know. I truthfully couldn't answer that question if I wanted to.
Right. Do-do-do. 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 Shh. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Boom, 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 boom.
Knock my whole desk over while I'm at it.
Dude, you wait. I need to actually open this up so I can wait. Can I see the live comments here? Oh, I can see the live comments here. Except it only shows me mine.
Well, that's because you're the only person who's said anything since the stream.
Well, why is everyone being shy little bitches, huh?
Well, that's a question for you and the audience. I got nothing to do with that one. Okay. So
Wait, that's
now
blind the shit out of me. I need to figure out better ways to orchestrate my lights. But I guess now's not the time, huh?
I mean, you do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, not that. Not that. It's so bright in here, but it looks like there's nothing because of the autofocus and shit, you know?
I turned my autofocus off because it was fighting me pretty hard.
So here's my little doodad.
He's looking good, man. Oh shit, Hang's here. I really wish that there was like a
Hey,
noise.
do you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Can you hear me? Oh, he can't hear us back.
Uh-oh.
That's
That's not good.
why he went dead silent. Either that or he just left. It's like, fuck this place.
Can you guys hear me? Immediately walks away.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you good. Fuck you bitches. I'm out. Oh, he's drinking coconut LaCroix. Oh, that stuff is disgusting. Minus 3 points for Hang.
Nah, he gets a pass because he has the dopest fashion sense in all of Helios.
Not with drinking LaCroix, he doesn't.
Hold on, I'm getting an issue with my audio. Give me 1 second.
Yep. So let me see if I can board this out a little bit more. Oh, not.
So I got a new commission supposed to be arriving within the next couple days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's the model kit for Persona.
The model kit for Persona. Which model kit?
It's the Persona from Persona 5.
Is it like a resin boy?
No, it's a plastic model kit.
When did this happen?
I don't know. When it happened? It came out like I don't know when it came out actually.
I've never heard of it.
Look up Persona 5 model kit. It's the first Persona you get in Persona 5.
They really went all out on Persona 5.
Now I'll admit that I do not play Persona. But
you ain't got to play Persona to paint Persona.
Yeah, well, I mean, I watched it. I watched like half of the game. So anyway, it looks like it's going to be pretty cool, I guess. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
Hey, you'll have to send me a picture of what it looks like.
I might. I'll think about it.
Whatever.
I don't see you sending me any pictures. The amount of snaps I send you compared to the amount of snaps you send me is...
You send me retarded stuff that...
I send you great gems. I put so much effort into my snaps, and you just leave me unread. Hi, Gunpla Ronin.
Yo, what's going on, Ronin? How you doing, man?
Oh, shit. Well, it was good knowing Hang. Fun while it lasted, right?
He ripped off to the big one in the sky.
Rip Hang-a-lang. Too good for this world.
Chat, please. F's in the chat. If you are able, pour one out for the homie. driving. What are you doing, man?
Wait, don't be watching live streams and driving. This is dangerous.
I mean, I guess you can just listen. I guess that makes sense. But you probably shouldn't be messaging us in the chat if you're driving. Z, I appreciate you, but that's dangerous.
Justin would know because he texts and drives.
Not really.
You danger boy.
Danger boy. I don't even know if these are the legs. I think they are. Yeah.
What? How do you not know what the legs are?
Because the legs and the arms look pretty similar.
Yeah, we've all been there, man. You wake up and you can't tell
Yeah,
what's your leg and what's your arm.
Ah, that is true. You know, at least people around you are listening to Quarantine.
Yeah. What? No, they're not.
Not you. Okay, so I've sort of screwed this up, but that's okay. We'll fix it. Ain't nothing some glue can't fix. Hopefully. These
Glue
are
it
gonna
all,
be
man.
pieces. Whew.
Man, that was rather short-lived on Hang. He just kind of came in, said he had audio empty roads. Well, they're not empty if you're driving on them, dude. There's at least one person.
He's probably restarting his computer or something.
I'm surprised Gil didn't hop on. He's normally like all over that stuff.
He might be at work.
Work.
He's essential. Are you working?
Yeah, dude. I'm essential. Like, if I don't work, my company's like shut down.
I mean, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I don't imagine libraries are popping off right now.
Well, actually, libraries are in like a ton of stress because they pretty much have to like close. But then, like, what about all the books? You know, they're all overdue. So then we gotta set them so like their overdues are like paused, so people don't come back to like a shit ton of late fees.
That makes sense.
And a lot of libraries. So there's a lot of library work that's done that doesn't involve people walking to the library because people actually use like e-resources like audiobooks and yeah, like all kinds of stuff. Like you really don't have to pay for anything if you don't want to. Like libraries provide a ton nowadays. Anyway, so a lot of these libraries have to work from home for like putting the records in the database and stuff like that. So I have to let their IPs in through our firewall to their stuff. Since it's like not their normal
Gotcha.
library IP, it's their home IP. I mean, Texas and a couple other places are talking about reopening up already, so I imagine they'll be wanting all their stuff undone. So I have like a mile-long list of all the libraries and all their stuff that we did for them that we'll have to undo.
Well, reopening is a mistake this early, but
It is. But
that
that's
aside,
that's one of the problems when the governor says reopen. Like you can't be like, well, I don't think we're ready yet. Like you kind of have to follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I also at the same time like I don't see too many people that are gonna be ready to beat down the doors of the library because they can go do everything else again. But
I don't know,
maybe I'm
man.
wrong.
People are
Maybe
people are getting restless, and people just go out for the sake of going out.
the line at Chick-fil-A is way too long. I'm gonna go to the library.
Dude, have you seen the Chick-fil-A lines? Holy crap! And
But
I mean,
they're retarded already on a regular day. What's
I
up,
think
Buzz Buzz? Oh,
I think a
snap.
lot of it. I was talking with a friend. It's mostly just because people like.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Don't know. Yes.
All right, I
Sure.
switched to
Can you hear us?
computer, so we should be better now.
Cool.
Trying to figure out a way to put this webcam so it works.
Shave it to your head.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, it's one of those Logitech things, so it's pretty small, but it's still just heavy enough to where it needs like a tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. The reopening just so people can't claim unemployment, because like just because they open doesn't mean you can work. You know what I mean? Like, what if
There we
you're high risk? Like, even young people can be high risk. You know, you just need asthma,
Yeah.
and
This
then
is,
you can't say you can't work, which means that you can't file unemployment because they're like, well, we're back open. You have to work.
gotta love it.
But a friend had a really good point. They said a lot of people, just because like they tell you to go home doesn't mean that you like can like, or to like, what if you don't know how to cook? You know, if you're just used to eating out all the time, like
That sounds a little bit like a personal problem.
it is a personal problem. But I think that's the reason why like Chick-fil-A's and McDonald's are like constantly have like lines into the roads. It's because these people don't know how to cook.
Of all places that should be open during this whole thing, I'm in favor of food service.
Right.
I mean, that is the most essential thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to say hospitals are pretty essential too.
Well, yeah, obviously.
How are you
You know
guys
what?
both doing?
I'm painting a Warhammer thing.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called. Justin, what's it called?
Fuck, I forgot.
Arminger? Arbiter?
Warblade. And I am working on a friend of mine just opened a store and he's selling his own minis.
Oh, cool.
He like designed himself, so I bought one.
Oh, so that's like there. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
have
like,
you looked at the? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
go.
Have you looked at the Wolfenstein mini game?
I've seen it, but I'm not a big Wolfenstein fan, but it's the same people who did like the Doom and the Resident Evil ones, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. So it's kind of pricey, and right now I'm trying to save money, so it's just a bad time to be on a Kickstarter.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I don't.
the minis actually look really interesting. It sort of looks like a crossover between Warhammer and like steampunk World War II.
That sounds like from that game Dust.
I'm not familiar with that game.
Dust. It's kind of like almost it's very like Machine Krieger-ish, the aesthetic.
Well, this is like super. I mean, it's super heavily based on the modern Wolfenstein games. So if you've seen them, but the minis actually look like they're going to be pretty good. Like they're interesting minis, I guess I should say.
Have they shown casts yet, or are they showing like?
I think they're 3D renders.
Yeah, anybody can make a 3D render look good. That I wait until I see the.
Dude, wait until you see the fucking Cyberpunk minis that I got. Oh, they look like trash.
I saw an ad for that pop up on my Facebook or my Instagram, and I was like, oh, sweet, this looks cool. So I looked it up, and apparently the game is just really bad. Like it's complicated, and nobody knows how to play it. It's just not fun, which is tragic.
Is this? Are we just broadcasting privately right now? This is not streaming anywhere, right?
No, we're streaming it. It's
streaming on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. If you click live comments,
Uh-huh.
you can see the YouTube comments.
Oh, okay. I'll see. Oh, okay. I'm new to all this.
Wait, strip clubs are open? I knew liquor stores were, but I will actually argue for that because people who are actually alcoholics, if you quit cold turkey, like your body gets fucked. Like you can't just quit, you know?
Yeah, once you get to a certain point.
Well, your body becomes dependent on it. They have like a drug you're supposed to take if you quit. Ice cream truck is essential in your neighborhood. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That just seems like a bad idea.
I miss ice cream trucks. I need to. I'm hoping that this summer they make their rounds and Aubrey can experience the ice cream truck for the first time.
We have ice cream carts over here, not full-on trucks.
Just a cart of ice cream?
Well, it's a guy pushing a thing.
All your food trucks.
Yeah.
You guys have food trucks.
Still, I don't think ice cream is a necessity. That was the one that I got butthurt on. Have you guys ever heard of Sweet Frog?
Sweet Frog.
Isn't that the like a frozen yogurt thing?
Yeah, it's a Christian frozen yogurt place. It's like the Chick-fil-A.
It's Christian frozen yogurt?
Yeah, Sweet Frog means, what is it like? Frog is a religious thing. I forget what it is. It's like
that's one of the plagues in the Bible when it rains frogs.
No, it's like for something of God. Like I don't remember. Anyway, it's an acronym for God. And I'm not bashing on like religion stuff, but I really don't think that needs to be open. Like they literally only serve frozen yogurt. Like,
well, yeah. What if you're the opposite of lactose intolerant? You're lactose dependent, and you need ice cream.
You can only eat ice cream forever. That sounds like something my kid would come up with. Dad, I can only eat ice cream. I need this.
Size.
Found some pinholes, boys.
Yeah, it's kind of your problem too. I need ice cream, or I'm a die.
So first pinholes on this kit.
Is that resin?
Yeah.
All right. I'll be right back in 1 second.
All right, Justin, this is your time to shine as a dad. Start counting to 1.
Oh, it's my time to shine, so I can count to 1.
Yeah, because you're a dad, so you got to make the dad joke when he said back in 1 second. Oh, yeah. Fully rely on God. That's what the frog of Sweet Frog is.
It's guy's YouTube channel.
Which, I mean, I guess is not really relevant. It was more the fact of like a frozen yogurt place does not consider it. That's not essential. Everybody people's GameStop.
Well,
apparently they got in a lot of trouble and they like lost.
Well, GameStop did the same thing. They tried to say they were essential.
That's what I'm saying. They got in trouble for it, didn't they?
Like they lost their business license. It was only in Pennsylvania, but then they lost it like everywhere. Apparently here in Pocomoke, they like had to forcibly close GameStop.
You're gonna just listen to the guys talk.
Yeah. Did you hear why they said they wanted to stay open? Was because it was like the best sales they've ever had.
Well, yeah, because everybody's gonna be inside.
Yeah. So did you hear like yeah. And supposedly, like the employees are getting like super shit ways of staying sanitized. Like their sanitized methods are like, if you feel sick, don't come to work. Like,
look, there's my table right there.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't go there anymore anyway, but
all right,
it's ridiculous.
I'm working on a machining rigger.
It's not kind of like your.
I know that's a real shocker. I'm sure.
Right?
Total surprise. Hey,
what's up, man?
Whoa! What the hell just happened there?
How's everybody?
Hey,
your
Phil.
You sound like a
your
robot.
mic sounds like you're full of bees.
Really?
You're doing like a harsh noise vocal thing right now.
Hell yeah! Hang on just a minute.
Yeah, it sounds like he's talking with bees in his mouth.
How about now?
You're still full of bees.
Fantastic.
I think it's kind of sick, but
my favorite thing about hanging out with the Helios boys in any capacity just means that now I can go into the group chat and I can set Phil's nickname to B Dad.
Wow, this has like no settings whatsoever to adjust. Okay.
Usually that's because of a bad connection. You should try unplug and replug your mic or whatever the hell it is you're using. Bees. Can you unplug these?
The fact that I'm lagging hard here is not good too. I'll be back in a bit, guys. I'm sorry.
It actually didn't sound terrible just then. I mean,
No,
you still sounded like bees, but
I can fix it. I'll be back.
okay.
Do you guys know this guy named Alexandre Duchamp?
I do not.
He's a really good Mac-K builder, and he just put out a PDF today of how he builds Mac-K. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Can you link that to the chat so that we
I will link that to the chat. Yeah, he's French.
I've got like 3 Mac-K builds that I've like started on, and I'm like almost at the paint part.
Oh, his paint is like incredible. Like he makes my Mac-K look like I'm like a little baby.
Hey, isn't that everyone's fetish these days?
But yeah, his stuff is amazing. Like, Justin, do you remember that thing I shared on Instagram where it was like a diorama terrain and it looked just like a real desert?
Yes.
That's him.
Oh. So yes, I am very interested in this.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about that either. Is using pink to base, groundwork like that, like he did.
No, he's absolute genius.
But yeah, but those results definitely spoke for themselves.
They definitely did.
Daddy,
What?
what you doing?
Why you got a whole container of blueberries?
I love
Does mommy know you have that?
and also, yes, mommy knows.
Okay. You came in here like you wanted to flaunt, like you're flexing that you have all the blueberries.
I'm a robot ant, by the way.
You're a robot?
I'm robot ant. Nice to meet you.
Did you know robots don't eat blueberries?
Well, this robot can.
I love that her arguments are just, well, this, and then she just says words that never have anything to do with the conversation.
She said this robot can.
There's got to be some G Gundam, side character who has.
Is that a loophole?
Going to watch my.
Oh, she's the best.
Debatable.
She definitely has her moments where she's not the best.
Well, that's.
What?
You know what I finally got that I'm gonna try?
What?
That epoxy putty that all the miniatures guys use, where it's like blue and yellow make green.
Green stuff?
Yeah,
Dude, I could have just sent you some of that. It's the
I've always have used like a Tamiya like yellow style one.
See, I want to get some of that because it's really nice. But this,
Well, the Tamiya stuff, from what I understand, it turns hard a lot quicker.
yeah,
Because apparently, since the green stuff is for sculptors, it stays like kind of gummy, I guess, a lot longer.
yeah, you can pretty much work it for like 6 to 8 hours,
Oh wow!
sometimes longer.
Yeah,
But
and
you
the
pretty much
Tamiya
have
stuff.
to leave it overnight to dry, and it kind of sucks to sand it. That's a big negative.
Does it the green stuff?
Yeah, like you can sand it, it's just not the best.
Okay.
Oh, got a gun on him. Just got to do his other hand. The joints on this remind me of like those Gashapon, those little
420
SD
blaze it. Get it, joints.
that was
I'm so fucking-
incredibly uncalled for.
You're a few days late.
In that,
No. Today
I guess
is
it's
4/24/20.
it's
Oh
4:20.
wow, it is.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's 4/20/420.
amazing.
So now you got to blaze it twice as hard.
As people would say on Reddit, you sir win the internet.
They definitely say that on Reddit.
I mean, Reddit loves those stupid like Reddit isms.
It's like their form of their own meme or something, you know? It's like this is
Well, it's like the whole
Dude, it's-
late epic sir era of internet culture.
Hey, you know what? It's the same thing on Twitch, dude. You ever go on Twitch? Like they go out of their way to use all these like abbreviations and stuff that are the words or the letters that would proc an emoji if that person had that emoji.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you realize how weird that is? Like they're just trying so hard to make it their own thing. And I'm not bashing them. I don't know. To me, it just seems unnecessary.
Huh.
Sounds kind of like Smash.
It's like their version of leet speak.
I see. I mean, when I used to be a big 4chan goer, we had a lot of slang.
I used to like 4chan a long time ago, but it got real weird.
I mean, I won't share any of the 4chan slang here since we're in polite company. But
Well, they just got
At its moments.
they got weird, man. That's all I can say. Like they got real weird. Like
yeah, I remember on the Mecha board, right? They would have Gunpla threads, right? And there was a guy who he was this like notorious shit poster who would buy every single G-Reco HG and snap build them really, really shittily and post them like 1,000,000 times. And that was like his gimmick, and he called himself Snapfit-kun.
That's
He even bought like the P Bandai ones. He bought every single G-Reco HG and just built them terribly.
I wish that could be me.
And you know, like mods would like give him temporary bans, and he'd disappear for a week, and you know, a week later he'd be back with another G-Reco HG just built terribly.
Oh, all this is encouraging me to do is want to go to 4chan and troll the mecha boards.
Yeah. Because, you know, like someone asked like a real question, like, you know, hey, I want a panel line with this, or, you know, I want to like, you know, do chipping on like a dark color. And then he would just derail the threads with like, you know, here's my elf bowl terribly snapped together with like no panel lighting.
So he would do that in like other people's threads?
Well, there'd be like a Gunpla thread, right? And then generally people would, you know, kind of post like, hey, you know, I'm working on this. But he would just in the middle of like a serious discussion just be like, look at my, you know, DeHack that has like covered in nubs.
hey guys, I'm Gunpla too.
Well, it was definitely that Gunpla's freedom era, you know.
That'll do it. But how does like a Gunpla's Freedom guy stumble onto 4chan's mecha board?
The internet hate machine.
I think he may have just been a troll, like a very dedicated troll who was like $200 in to G-Reco HGs just to troll us.
That doesn't surprise me. Those kids
The long
got
trolls are the
absurdly cheap once the series started bombing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I the Jahannam that I built, I think I paid like $7 for it, and the kids aren't bad.
No, they're pretty solid. Their instructions are fucking awful. I don't like the instructions.
The hands are really bad of those kids.
They are nice kits. I don't remember the hands. I don't remember. I think I've built like 3 G-Reco kits ever, and the only thing that really stuck out was the instructions. That's because they used that weird like half blueprint style shit, and it was all laid out differently and weird.
Yeah. I feel you, dog.
I'm glad.
Justin doesn't let me feel them anymore. He doesn't even reply to me.
I do. I can only take so much shit post in one evening.
Well, you know what, man? Maybe you should initiate.
You know, me and Jacob are kind of the only shit posters in the Helios chat now.
Yeah, without us, there would be no Helios chat. It would just be pictures of robots. How fucking boring is that?
Yeah. You know, without Jacob's weird, Facebook Marketplace finds.
His Facebook Marketplace finds have interrupted my Facebook Marketplace history.
And then my like awful news stories of like man eats friend's head.
So many good times. All right, well, I built that. That's
What
a
resin
big
kit
deal.
is that, Justin?
It's like I said, it's from my friend's. He's trying to make a game. Oh, Phil's back. He's trying to make a miniatures game.
I gotta get some water. I remember. I think I remember you sharing that to me, and you're like, "Hey, check this out."
That looks like Front Mission. That design.
It's very Front Mission inspired.
I like Front Mission inspiration.
Hey,
So-
Hey!
newbies.
No bees.
I linked this to you before, Phil. He opened his store.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so this is the first mini he put out.
Awesome.
It's 1/1 group scale. It's a here I'll look up it's called the CEU heavy hauler.
Cool.
You get a saw blade arm, a little machine gun arm, and then if you don't like those, here's some claws.
Then go F yourself. That's great.
It's articulated,
Just like
although
me.
the rubber piece is kind of rough.
Baby.
But it's pretty solid. The cast is nice.
I like it.
It looks cool. It'd be fun
yeah.
to paint.
Definitely excited to paint it.
Have you seen that book? It's called In Huffman.
I have not.
It's an art book of the old SNES Front Mission game. And it's all the Koyokayama did all the mechanical artwork.
He did?
So for all his very like machining figure style of scratch builds. And then all the characters are drawn by Yoshitaka Amano, from Final Fantasy.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's a book that I need.
Yeah, I was like, what a collaboration.
Right? I didn't know Yokoyama did the Front Mission designs. That makes a lot of sense.
Just the SNES one.
Okay.
And then since then, he's worked on a few other video games, but they seem like a pretty mixed bag.
Those are like hands down my favorite mecha games ever, except for the last one. But all the other ones was amazing.
I heard the last one was really bad. Like it launched.
It was.
They patched it a little bit. It's kind of like a hidden gem, but you really have to you got to dig for it. It's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing.
I don't know. I just I had a tough time with that one. It just did not.
I was gonna buy it, and the reviews were like really awful, and I never listened to reviews, but for some reason something was like, Justin, look at these.
Nah,
I was like, I'm gonna wait.
it's just that it wasn't a Front Mission game. It was like another game that had a Front Mission name slapped on it.
Yeah. Quick, take this janky stealth game and put some robots in it. And,
and that's exactly what it felt like.
We'll call it Front Mission. It'll sell great.
Was that the one that Left Alive?
Yes.
At least it had the Metal Gear guy doing the artwork, from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean it was very pretty.
Yeah.
Like it's like I said, it was just like it didn't feel like a Front Mission game. It felt like another game that somebody put that name on.
The last one I played was the one on PS3.
You can say that
it was
about
like a first-person shooter. Front Mission Evolved.
Yeah, that one wasn't really.
That was the Evolved one. Did they make another one after that? I thought Evolved was going to be the end.
Yeah.
Of it. Holy shit!
No, Evolved. So they did one like last year, and it was called Left Alive. It was called Left Alive, and it was in the Front universe. So see, I thought you were talking about that.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was another one after Evolved. I figured that was enough to tank the franchise.
Well, I think the reason that they called it Left Alive and not Front Mission whatever is
Right.
because like it's in the Front Mission universe, but it's not really a Front Mission game. So I think they were just kind of like playing it safe and doing both things at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, that I have Front Mission Evolve. I bought that on launch day, and I was really, really sad.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Well, it's like, how could you make a mech game with regenerating Call of Duty style health?
Yeah, it wasn't right. Everything about it was wrong.
Well, they did that too to one of the Ace Combat games on PS3, Assault Horizon.
Oh,
like you're in a fucking fighter jet and you have like, regenerating first person shooter health.
Weird. Sorry, fellas. I've been resetting my entire system
They did
for I've been resetting my entire system for a stream, and none of my stuff is working right now. Sorry.
It's all good, Phil.
Is that a goblin from Warhammer?
Yeah, I got a little Warhammer gobbo here. They're fun.
My spirit animal.
I love these guys. They've always been some of my favorite things to work on.
This was probably the most impressive mini I've ever painted, and I broke like 17 pieces on it. So it's unfinished forever.
I think I remember seeing that one when it first got finished, actually.
Yeah, it was like 99% done, and then let me see if I can focus in on it a little bit better. I even painted her eyes. I was very happy with this.
Eyes are tricky. That's another reason I like Orcs and Gabos is just paint them red. Done.
Like I even painted like the OSL on her cape.
Right.
And the fucking lantern broke off.
Ooh.
The back of the spear broke.
That's one of those Kingdom of Death things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have those lanterns.
I got a couple of these minis that Jacob sent me. I'm gonna try painting them in like different styles.
Oh yeah,
Probably
for sure.
Nothing to do with somebody else's game pieces, but
no, those models are awesome.
He didn't tell me I had to do anything specific with them, so
yeah.
Nope. And those, I think those are really high quality for. I think it was like $130, and I got like 150 of those.
Well, considering the prices they go for now, like
the Hate Gay Man was a hell of a deal.
They're like super boutique-y. Oh yeah, those hate models are super cool.
Also got this one. I think when I paint the other two and I figure out which one I like more, I'm gonna paint this one the same style as one I like better.
Right on. Yeah, last time I got on here, I started working on this big fancy model that I was really excited to work on, and then realized that I was like pretty much laying like primer and base coat for like 2 hours on a stream. I was like, this is the least interesting thing I've ever done. I'm so sorry. I tried to find something laying around that I had actually gotten a little bit of a start on. I had a few of these gabos sitting around. Figured we could do something with that.
There you go. So I built this. I think now I'm gonna jump into something else. Maybe I'll finish fucking decals on this Hazel. It's been sitting since last time I streamed it.
Man.
So almost done with the decals though. I'm quite happy with the way things are coming along.
Manny sent me a picture of his new Stickler Woundwort that he just got.
I almost bought one of those, and I was like, "No, Justin, you already have 3 Woundworts. Don't buy another one."
Yeah, no, I mean, if you've already got stuff, then that would be a silly thing to get. But he hit me up. He was like, "Damn it, I don't think the crown piece is in here." I'm just like, "Oh shit, that's like the thing with that thing." And he's like, "Man, this is why I didn't want to get resin kits." I'm like, "Dude, like poke around in there. Like the Stickler's got a hell of a rep, you know. Like I doubt he like shortage it, and if he did, I'm sure he'll totally make it right or whatever."
Yeah.
But he was like, "I found it." He like moved the manual out of the box, and there's like a pocket inside the box with a vacuum sealed fucking package like just for that. I was like, "What?" That thing was awesome.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. And like the packaging for it, and like that is really what made me want it. Is like how nicely it was. Like
that's
together in the presentation.
Yeah, that's definitely what made me jump to I'm definitely gonna buy one of those SD TriStars that he just put out.
SD TriStars. Is that the big fat boy ones?
No, they do those Zaku's that they're SDs, but they have like tiny feet for some reason, which is
Oh, I've seen those.
it's a total turnoff for me, but
I built.
Yeah,
but
looks
it's
like
such a
Justin, didn't you
nice
do one?
model.
Yeah, I did. I actually I wasn't gonna say anything to anybody about it, but I sent it to Jonlyn.
Oh yeah,
She she needed wings for her Destiny Gundam, and I had some,
oh cool,
and I tossed that in the box to like just send her a little something extra.
dude, that's a lot of something extra. Congratulations, Jonlyn.
Well, the box got stolen.
Fuck,
The worst thing that could have ever happened.
that's terrible.
Yeah, I feel awful about it.
That sucks.
That bums me out so bad. She's like the nicest person ever.
Either one of us on it. It was terrible.
Ugh. Damn it. That just bummed me out.
I was super pumped. I was like, yo, she's gonna love this.
Yeah, she's fun. She was when she was first starting to mess around with minis. I was on the Team Awful thing at the time, and I was like, all right, everybody come over, show you how to do this stuff. She tried onto it and gave no fucks about like technique or anything. She was just like, I'm just gonna do it. I was like, fuck yeah, go do it.
That's the way.
Now
to
it's
be.
like her whole thing. I'm super stoked about it. She has
Yeah.
like no
Sure.
fear of anything. I dig it.
I recently snapped this guy up. This Wave Votoms kit.
What do you think of the Wave ones? I haven't done one of those yet.
I want the triple set.
It's a 4 set.
It was a 4 set. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I could never find it like a good price. I always miss the pre-orders, and they resell for a lot.
HLJ's got it for okay right now.
Well, HLJ can't ship to America right now
Oh shit!
because America's on the EMS.
It's all
blacklist.
EMS. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the
Every
virus.
country is. It's like
Right.
157 countries.
Not
Yeah,
if
they're
you're in
still letting
Ghana.
everybody work.
It sucks. I really,
What,
really,
But
really
I love this Wave kit. Like it's very like expressive posing.
Yeah.
which I
Is
like
it?
about it.
How does
I've
it
got-
feel size wise compared to the Bandai's? Like I know it's.
I don't
small.
have a Bandai, so
Oh really?
yeah. I know it's a 120 kit that I don't own, but
You gotta get it, man. It's like it's my favorite Bandai kit.
I want the 120 Fatty from Bandai.
Yeah. I think Adam's got those.
Did you see the guy who recently finished the 120 Fatty on Instagram, Arcadelic?
Yeah. Yep.
And he added the Gatling.
Yep.
That build is incredible.
Yeah, it's dope.
Like the tiny little mechanical details he added all over. I was like, woo!
It's like I think I understand like at least partly how you must feel about my K stuff at this point with the Votoms thing, because I was like, fuck yeah, like I finally get to make some Votom stuff. It was like one of my favorite cartoons when I was little, and now like all of a sudden everybody's into it, and I'm like the last guy to be working on a model. I'm just like,
Right.
fuck.
Now I've never seen Votoms, but I do like the designs, and
They're
I
so
actually
much
have
fun.
a couple of them.
Yeah.
They look nice, but I've seen like they have like these rivets, like a rivet
Yeah.
system that locks pieces in place.
That's like the finishing thing. I haven't put those in on mine yet.
At the end. Okay.
Yeah, I've completely built a scope dog without any rivets in it. Like the rivets are ornamentation for the most part.
Good. Well then
They're not like
now
load bearing or anything. They're
I
kind of
thought it
cool
was
though. They've
something-
got like a little sprue wrench that you like tighten them in with. Like it's very toyetic, but it's cool. Fuck it,
Speaking of
now
rivets,
I want to jump into that.
dude.
Thanks, Phil.
You won't regret it. Like
I know.
it's-
speaking
but
of
I-
rivets for Mac Hay, you have to cut the rivets off this sheet yourself and then glue them without
Right.
locator pins.
I still need to get back to my little 135th Fireball dude. I was doing the cutout suit with the suit that should not be cut out.
Oh right.
Let's do it, Phil.
I'll get back to it. I got shit I gotta finish.
And then I started building started building this. The
Ooh,
Starship Troopers power armor.
nice.
Oh, I
'Cause,
wanted one of those.
I wanted the new 120, but because of the EMS blockade, I can't get it. So
Oh, is that like the classic one?
this is the old 112 from 2005. Yeah.
The old one. You're making me feel old.
Well, I mean, they have like a brand new one, so.
Right.
Yeah, I really want the brand new one because it's 120 and it has a new figure. But I guess I'll get one when EMS works again.
All right, so I'm gonna fake black on this dude's cloak by using a real dark blue and then highlighting lavender. So with bright green skin and a blue purple cloak and a big yellow moon over his head, what color you guys think we should go for the squig?
The squig is a little creature.
Yeah, he's holding a little squig in front of himself.
There's not a canon color for those, is it?
No, you can make him whatever color you want. I'm just like
That's
I've been painting in such like minimal color schemes lately that my brain doesn't work with crazy like color clashes now. Maybe like orange with like spots,
That could be cool, like orange with purple spots.
because that could work with the purple, and it won't look bad against the yellow. Yeah, let's do that. Orange it is.
Orcs and goblins are allowed to look bad. It's kind of their thing.
Yeah, but they look even cooler if you like make it work.
Yeah.
Orcs were my dudes from like childhood. They were my first army, and I still love them to death. So anytime I paint one, I try and make them extra nice.
I really like orcs. I wish that you didn't have to field so many of them.
Yeah, they're definitely an endurance race for getting stuff
Like
done.
I would do a kill team of orcs, and that's it.
Yeah. I don't have it in me to paint armies anymore. Like, even if I played the games, which I don't, like, I couldn't do that. Like, I did a couple of army commissions, and that was like the end of that for me. I can't fucking do it anymore.
Painting a Warhammer army as a commission sounds really intense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's cool. It's nice to be able to say you've done it or whatever, but like, fuck.
I've got a friend who does it for a living. I don't know how he.
I'd have to like get a back rub with payment. To do
Like,
that.
it's one of those things where like, unless you're like a super top dog painter or whatever, it's not like you're going to get paid anything like what it's the amount of effort that you're putting into it is going to cost,
Right.
Like it's just,
Yeah.
I was doing it back before I had ever even had like a professional art job or whatever, I was just like, I can paint and make a few dollars. It'll eat up every spare second of my life for the next year, but whatever. It wasn't great, but it was a good learning experience.
Well, see, that's another thing is you get to paint somebody else's shit so that your shit will look better.
Yeah. Problem is, it like destroys your will to do large scale shit like that ever again. So it's
Also a thing.
my
That
individual dudes look way nicer now as a result of ham hocking my way through other people's stuff. It's true. And they love it, so everybody happy.
Good. I've sent my wife's little brother down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
They came to visit. It's been like 2 months now, and he stayed with us. So when he was getting ready to leave, I was like, "Here, take all these Blood Angels models."
Oh God. Have fun.
So now he has like a miniature army of Blood Angels and like Terminators and a jet and all kinds of shit.
The thing is, if he learns how to paint those nicely, he'll be like one up on most acrylic painters at that point. Because for some reason, red just like boggles the minds of most acrylic dudes in the beginning.
Red is a tough one, but like I think it's more difficult to paint like over and around than it is to actually paint the color.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree there. I just everything I painted, like every army that I dealt with, like I actually started playing Warhammer when I was a kid during what's now like jokingly referred to as GW's red phase, where like all of their studio armies were red as hell. So like you just learned how to paint red. Like we didn't know what the technique was or like what we were doing that was so special, but we were actually like learning hard stuff right off the bat and not knowing it.
Oh snap! Are you in my candy? What are you doing?
Whoa!
No, I'm not in your candy. You can't prove it.
I want candy.
I found a bag of Hershey's Hugs at Walmart, and I didn't know you could get them outside of Christmas.
What? You can get hugs?
See?
All right, you're not alone. I am also impressed. Hugs are good. I'm not a big
It's the
Kisses
only,
guy,
like,
but the hugs are good.
It's the only chocolate that I'll eat.
Really?
It's the only Hershey's chocolate I'll eat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll eat like Reese's and stuff, but like when it comes to straight up chocolate, that's the only kind of just chocolate I like.
I like dark chocolate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
If
I don't go into
and
detail.
only if.
You know, with a high cocoa content.
Would a man and a woman love each other very much outside of a bar?
I fucking hate bars.
Damn, dude. Well, I can imagine what a bar in West Virginia is like.
You'd be surprised. So we're like 45 minutes outside of DC, so it's actually a lot of commuters and stuff live in this area. So it's not
really?
Yeah. Now, the more west you go, the more West Virginia stereotype you get. But yeah, the Eastern Panhandle, it's just where a lot of people dodge taxes for big houses.
I see.
No, I'm not a big fan of smoke. It gives me headaches. And
that's
also
another thing. You're in one of the
don't-
only states that actually allows smoking in bars.
yeah, I also don't really like loud, like a bunch of people shouting at the same time over each other. It's really hard for me to focus on a
Okay.
I
conversation
see.
because my brain like
comes over
picks up on all of
You
them
just smoke.
at the same time.
and invite all my friends over to yell at him.
So
We all just kind of yell all the time anyway.
Do you
No,
guys think
I wanna drink.
SCGMC is going to happen this year?
What?
no, dude, they're already canceling
Probably
like a
not.
bunch of stuff in August.
Well, that's in November.
Yeah, I mean, if it'll happen if it can, you know, but I would be surprised if it did.
It's funny because I had talked to them back in like February about doing the panel again. And I was like, do you think it'll still happen this year? They were like, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that was what everybody was
Yeah.
thinking, you know. I don't think they were
I'm
misleading
not mocking
anybody.
them. I'm just more saying it's funny how,
Oh, yeah.
like, where we've come.
No, it's fucking crazy. This has been a weird couple of months. But nah, I mean those guys will definitely do that show if there's any way for it to be done. Like I wouldn't worry about that. But
Like them
it'll-
hazmat suits.
right. It'll just be a question of whether or not it's even doable or if the convention center is able to have events, you know, like we'll just have to see.
Right.
It'll be after the first wave, so it'll be a question of whether or not there is a second wave, how bad it is, you know.
I mean, there's
whatever.
already a second wave in China now.
Right.
Because they had to, because I think since it's getting warmer and moved north, and now Harbin is quarantined.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Hey, do you have any relatives over there that are?
Well, it's funny because Harbin, the city they just quarantined, is a city I used to go to all the time when I was a kid. Because
really
they have a really famous ice festival.
nice.
Because it's like that really north. So you know how China, like the shape, right?
Yeah, it's like
kind of like a chicken.
it's like the Minnesota of China.
No, it's like if you overlaid China with America, how they both kind of like roughly have like what you call like a New England area, like the
Right,
northern
right.
nub.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that northern nub that like touches the Russian Far East. So there's a river that completely freezes over every winter. So they're able to just cut these like 2-ton blocks of ice and make these like 4-story ice sculptures.
God, that's so cool.
It's literally cool.
No,
'Cause it's-
I would
because it's
watch it.
ice.
Right. I see what you did there.
But yeah, I'm assuming it was probably really cold, up until now. But I think now that probably people were like going out and about, that it's transmission is probably a lot easier now.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy too. Like I don't want to get too bogged down in that shit or whatever, but like the thing that's got me weirded out right now is that between my nurse sister and a few other like researcher friends that I've got, I'm hearing shit about there being like potentially like 4 different strains of it active over there right now, which means it's probably active over here too, which means when we start to lock one down, then another one flares up. You know, it's crazy. I'm not a virologist or anything, so I'm not claiming to like completely understand the ramifications of what I just said. But the upfront fright of it is, I don't know how long this is going to be going on. You know.
Well, it was such a perfect storm that it happened at Chinese New Year when there's millions of people traveling.
Yeah.
And it's like if a virus broke out here on like Black Friday or something.
Right.
There's a video game.
Give it time.
Yeah, I'm about to say everyone's comparing it to The Division because that's literally what happened.
Is
Oh,
it?
really?
No
Yeah,
shit.
Division. I think it was Christmas Eve.
That's great.
No, it was Black Friday.
It was
Yeah,
Black Friday.
It was an
Like, it was
intentional disease set in the middle of the biggest mall.
Oh my
It's so
god.
funny. And it spread around the world like super fast. I'm like, wow, okay,
Wow.
that's a rip.
Hey, you know that's why Tom Clancy, he makes the big bucks, you know?
Isn't he dead?
But he made that game, right? Tom Clancy?
Yeah,
it's
I
a-
don't.
Have a
Well,
name on it.
yeah, it was a new
Okay.
thing.
Is he dead? Or did he
Or-
upload his
I'm
body into
Googling.
something?
I'm googling.
Now.
Mhm.
He died in
Hey.
2013.
Oh.
Bibbidi bobbidi.
I just realized that I did not hardwire my router. I'll be right back.
Now. Giraffe. Giraffe.
Yeah, just
Giraffe,
like a
giraffe.
Please make Daddy some doggy necklaces.
Snackalicious.
I mean earrings.
Earrings.
Doggy ones. It's got.
Having to repair
She knows how to party.
a seam that split.
I saw that and I felt the strongest. I was like, man,
There's nothing more painful than sanding off paint you've already painted.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Especially if it looked nice.
At least didn't wait for the decals.
Yeah.
That Thunderbolt Zaku I tried to speed paint or speed build and speed paint just to have something different to do or whatever had exactly the same thing happen. It just busted seams everywhere after I'd painted it. It was like
It's the worst. The absolute worst.
It hurt.
I don't know what decals to put on this thing anymore. I'm ready to be finished.
Luckily, it was just the legs, and everything else is mostly intact.
Was it both legs?
Yeah, it was both legs.
Oh God.
But luckily, like the arms, because the arms are where there's the most kind of like scratch building and kit bashing, and like nothing structural broke too bad because everything's packed with so much putty.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it's just the legs.
But yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah, every time I've ever busted seams, it's always been like the entire model flips out. It's
Right.
never like, just like one thing goes bad. It's like the whole thing just goes to shit.
Well, what I need to do is get a carpet for the area I work in.
Yeah.
Because since I moved my area, right? It's since I moved my studio, this new area has really creaky floorboards. So if things are kind of precarious, it'll transmit from the floorboards to the table.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like I also probably just need to lose weight because I'm getting like too fat if my footfalls are knocking over models.
Oh, so it was actually like a drop that caused it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I've like anytime it happened to me, it was just like, oops, physics,
Yeah. I'm trying to I'm also sleeping in a loft bed now, so I need to lose weight so the loft bed doesn't fall apart.
I don't remember you being a terribly large human, Hang.
Yeah.
I think you'd probably be all right.
Hey, it's better to be safe than sorry, right?
You're hanging out with me and Justin right now. Come on. Garlic bread is a primary food
got a
group.
point.
Jeff.
It is bread on everything.
Preferably with garlic and lots of butter.
You know what's my weakness?
Yeah.
Is those pretzel bites.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Like those like honey mustard or like pretzel bites.
Snyder's honey mustard pretzel bites.
Fucking
Exactly what you're
right.
talking about. Those things are addicting.
Yeah.
I'm a butter snaps man personally, but I know where you're coming from.
Like I'm fine with like avoiding temptation from sweets, but when it comes to like crunchy and salty snacks, it's all
Oh,
over
yeah.
for me.
Nah,
You like that savory, man? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my weakness. I need the sweet too, but I can live without it.
Yeah, but salty snacks is like it's like crack.
Yeah,
you
what
know?
are we even doing? Like, look, we need this. We need that. Especially if there's butter involved. Honestly, if you just say butter, I'm probably on board for whatever the next word out of your mouth is. So
Buttered foot picks.
see, I knew he was gonna try me.
Did you get buttered foot picks? Is that what you just said?
My toes just deep into the butter.
Just deep
Squeeze
in
it
that butter.
down in between.
I think Jacob secretly has a foot fetish and just
The
Nah,
foot
man.
thing has come up a couple times.
it's always feet.
Because it's funny. Feet are funny.
Is it? I'm not trying to shame you or anything.
Well, I'm sorry I have a
Bottom.
personality, Justin. I make some of the things you say, but you don't say anything. Just breathe out of your mouth and
Just let that hang.
yep. And his response was mouth breathing.
Mouth breathing.
Wait, what I do?
Exactly. See? You all what you did was you proved my point.
Do what now? Oh, I got that natchin
You
thing.
succulent butter slut.
I believe you're talking to Phil.
Yeah, no, I'll accept that. That can be my Helios name.
I'll tell you how much Justin loves garlic bread, man. He doesn't use buns when he makes the hot dogs. He actually just puts it in garlic bread.
That sounds so good.
That's what you're supposed to do. If you have the capacity to make the bread you're having into garlic bread, then that's what you're supposed to do with it.
I mean, that sounds like something they would sell here at a fancy food truck for like
Yeah,
$15.
garlic bread hot dogs.
Yeah, that sounds like a food truck item.
absolutely.
I don't know. They don't normally mix garlic with hot dogs, but I don't think it would be bad since hot dogs have no flavor. They're
Well,
just
mean,
made with, like,
well, I mean, if you have like a real hot dog, like it'd just
dogs
make
have
the
flavor.
sausage extra nice, you know. But
I mean, one of the most popular things here is this like Korean food hot dog,
right,
where it's like kimchi and things like that on a hot dog, and those hot dogs wrapped in seaweed.
pretty
punch
much like
myself in the face.
Korean fusion anything is huge out there. I find.
Oh yeah, well I mean, Korean food is so easy to combine with American food.
Well, it's just like have some fermented cabbage with that.
Yeah.
Would you like some gochujang sauce? I would.
They that and combining Filipino food is very popular out here now too.
Which is just meat on meat on meat on meat. So.
Right.
You can't go
Now
wrong.
we're
That sounds
talking.
Yeah, it's like the Brazil of the islands.
I love me some meat.
I love Filipino food though, for real. I will eat paraguay all day. Let's do that. I'm in the wrong part of the country to have fancy food taste though.
Why is that?
Missouri.
Yeah, we got like Waffle House, man. That's what we got.
Cracker Barrel.
Strangely enough, delicious, but not anything to wow anybody's flavor profile with.
That's a place I've never been. Is Waffle House.
I mean, you
I-
have to be in a certain part of the country to be able to go to one.
You have to be a certain level of hungry and desperate.
Dude, I'm telling you, like it looks terrible. Like everything, and a lot of it is just do what the sign says. Get
It's
the
okay.
waffle.
It's just like generic standard American food, I guess.
Get the waffle. Just nothing else there matters. Just get the waffle.
I mean, I love diner food.
Yeah, I mean, so do I. And but that's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't like an eclectic diner kind of joint. It's a Waffle House. Get
think
the
it's-
waffle.
I
And
think a
it's
lot of it
amazing.
It's also about like finding the right place. Like I can go to DC and find a ton of shitty sushi places. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you just got to find the right places where you live.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like I think I have like 4 different sushi places within about a 45 minutes of where I live, and 2 of them are good and 2 of them are shit.
Yeah, Missouri just woke up to the whole microbrewery thing. So that's every
Uh-oh.
restaurant has to have its own beers and stuff, which I'm not complaining about, but it feels kind of tacked on after a while.
Get ready for your quintuple IPAs.
I've already been there, baby. But it's whatever. I like strong beers, so I don't care. But I just get tired of.
Still don't like gimmicks.
I don't. I'm not a gimmicks guy. Like in anything, just do the thing, do it well, and I'll like it. Like we don't have to make a big thing out of it.
Cheeseburger.
Just give me a cheeseburger, the strongest beer you got. We'll call it cool. It's true. I am a no frills personality.
I'm kind of like that too.
Like I got nothing wrong with fancy, but
Yeah, every once in a while it's nice, but
just
you know.
don't stun on it. You know, it's dinner. Like let's not get wild here. Like if I'm cooking, I'll get fancy all day.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
somebody else's fancy. I'm just like, you just
Tackle.
make me a burger, man.
That's sometimes that's what it's about.
One of my coworkers tattooed "no fun" on my arm one time, though, to try and come up with a way to describe me. So,
Oh, that's just mean.
no, I think it was great.
I would never say you're no fun.
Oh,
Justin,
you're a sweetheart.
yeah, but not you.
No, I wore it with pride coming from that gal. I was like the old guy at the shop, and she was like, the 18-year-old tattooer or 21-year-old tattooer or whatever. She just wanted to party all the time and shit. I'm just like, I just want to go play with my kid. Here's your no fun tattoo. Okay.
Play with your kid. Ugh,
I know, right? It's just, I'm like a breeder now.
2 cats is where it's at. Oh, that sounds awful.
I got the 2
I'm like a
cats.
breeder. Breeding them kids.
Were they not using that as an insult anymore by the time you guys were growing up?
I'm probably as old as you are. I'm
How old are you?
33.
No,
I'm one of the older people in Helios, at least.
not anymore.
You know,
Sebastian's like what, 37?
yeah.
I'm 41.
Donnie's 40, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Donnie's
Donnie's
my
in
age.
his 40s.
It's pretty much
Donnie
like,
does not look 40 though.
No, he
doesn't.
doesn't. Because he
Dude.
works out and he's like vegan, so he takes care of himself. Like he actually like watches what he eats.
When he has a physical job, like that dude lays floors, man, and he's fast as shit too. Like
Yeah.
as awesome as he is at modeling, he is that awesome at the flooring. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought Donnie was like 27.
Yeah. Now you just
No, he has like
kid.
he has like a kid that's an adult.
He does.
Whoa.
I knew he had a kid. I didn't know how old his kid was.
I
Pretty
don't
much
know. I don't know the
23.
age.
Late
I just know he
teens.
said he had a kid.
Late teens at least. Whatever. Anyway, he's got a kid of appreciable age. He's a healthy guy. Yeah. That was when I was doing those late night hangouts with this stuff. He was one of my favorite people when he showed up. Like he's just like super quiet
love
the
him.
whole time. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, and here's a bunch of wisdom. I'm like, yes.
How
Go.
old is what's his name? Nick, Macho Models.
I don't. He might be my age, but I don't think so. I think
No,
he's,
I think he's younger than you
mid-thirties.
think.
Yeah, I think he's
Oh.
mid-30s, just
A
from
little older.
disposition. And,
I would put him mid-30s.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
same.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I guess we've got a pretty wide range in Helios.
We do. We need to get like a 12-year-old modeler.
Actually, no, he might be a little bit older than that.
you think?
I mean, I'm only
Yeah,
going
but-
by like Yeah, he's 39.
Okay.
What the?
How did you know the exact age off top
Like-
like that?
Pulled up his
So he's
Facebook.
on his Facebook.
People put all kinds of crazy shit on there.
I don't think your age is a crazy thing. I think it's
Bro, are
pretty-
you with the feds, dude?
because I
Narc!
can Google my own Facebook friend. I don't think that's Fed level.
Bro, are you with the fucking feds, dude?
Hank doesn't trust you anymore. Good job, Jacob.
Well, I don't trust anyone whose name rhymes. So
I don't trust any deep state CIA plant operatives. You know,
I'm so glad you're here, Hank. I don't get to talk to you enough. It'd be one thing hearing somebody say wacko shit, but there's just something about the timbre of your voice that really works for me. With
yeah.
that
Well,
guy.
I used to be a legitimate, like actual.
I know.
I'm a very. I used to be like a legitimate, like very paranoid conspiracy
Reformed nut job.
guy. Oh yeah, I used to believe a lot of stuff that'd be very offensive if I said it now.
My name is Phil, and I am a recovered internet troll.
Happy to have you.
Took a long time to get there.
But you know, like I think it's because I like got on social media later in life, so I kind of had like old person I'll believe anything I read on the internet syndrome. You know?
Oh my God, everything is terrible.
Yeah, I was like a Facebook grandma for a minute. You know?
You just had to catch up with us. That's all.
Bullshit meter needed to be adjusted.
Yeah, because I didn't get on I think Facebook until like 2011 or 10. And I didn't get on a lot of other things until later than that. So I kind of got dragged kicking and screaming into Web 2.0, so to speak.
Gotcha. Where the hell is that washer?
And I was like, whoa. There are singles in my area?
Russian immigrants want to marry me? Okay, for real though, I just had that. Been teaching people the gospel of painting yellow lately. I've been trying to get this
one.
I've been trying to get this teaching stream going, and I've got everything all rigged up, and then I discover too late that my computer is too wimpy to push a stream with, you know, all the fixins. So
I
Computer are you
really
just an old like Mac Mini, I think, the little square thing.
Yeah. Those are pretty powerful, if I remember correctly. When they came
For a
out.
lot of things, like it's my main recording machine, but it can't process audio and video from multiple sources at the same time and push them all. So,
I guess when video is involved, things get a lot hairier.
well, and you know me, like the audio's got to
especially
be
in my
good.
sake.
Like I push really consistent audio quality for everything I do. So, and not only that, like I just do it because I care about that, you know, but apparently that's like a big turnoff for people. Is if your audio sucks, it makes even like good video seem not as cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
there's at least a little bit of validation there, I guess. But regardless, I put together a parts list for a machine that'll do a fine job. I haven't built PCs in years, but that used to be like a side hobby of mine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about them now. It was like future shock when I started looking at like parts and gear capabilities now, but the theory is all still the same.
Yeah, there's
We should still get speaking of Helios members, we should still get what is it, Jess Quintero 91.
Oh my God, she's so fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
She's amazing.
Put
I'm
the
friends with
word
her.
in
I
it.
can ask her.
I have no opposition to that. I think that's a great.
Yeah,
she's one-
the few times I've talked to her, she's really, really nice. And I feel like
No, she's super nice. She's like so many different mediums, like models, painting, whatever. Like she's a very gifted artist. Very skilled.
yeah.
but her models are the shit. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I saw that fucking Maganac that she did, I was like, tell me that you're going to compete. Like, I'm not a competition guy. I don't give a shit about that. But like, she's the kind of gal that could, kind of score points for the ladies as far as that stuff goes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like put that on anybody or whatever, but like in a scene full of dudes that still have that fucking girls can't do this chip on their shoulder, she could shut down that whole fucking argument single-handedly.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
She's so good.
Yeah, she is. Her scribing work she's been doing lately is really top notch too.
And it helps that she's just like mega nice and humble and personable too. Like,
Yeah, and it'd be kind of nice if we had a little more diversity in our team
Oh yeah.
instead of a whole bunch of.
Because we don't have anybody who's Latin right now.
Well, we also don't have any girls.
it's just
And
a
there's
bunch of
quite a few
No,
modeling. There's quite a few
there's
girl modelers.
what's her name? Anne?
Alice?
Alice.
I don't know an Alice.
She's on the message thing.
Mm,
She's on the messenger group.
that's true. I did forget. When
Well,
we
we don't have any. We don't have a Hispanic person, so we have that
We
too.
don't.
It's just a bunch of middle-aged white guys like Hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang Johnson.
Yeah, I did forget about that. So I mean, at least it won't be as weird because it's not like she'll be the only one.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I every interaction I've ever had with her was extremely positive. Like, and don't get me wrong, I know I'm like the new guy, so I'm not trying to be like, this is why my opinion matters. But this
whole thing is a democracy. We try to do things together. We try to reach conclusions of what we should do together, and I want to make sure that everybody has a voice within what we do.
right on. I just don't want anybody to think I'm trying to speak out of turn or whatever. But
No,
but no,
there's no turn.
she's cool, and I like her a lot. I get just from the conversations I've had with her, I get the impression that she's kind of one of the like humble to the extreme types, where like despite the fact that she's obviously better than like 90% of everyone that does this, she's
Right.
like, she's like got that like creative person paralysis that makes us all feel like we're frauds or whatever. And I don't know. Because when I tried to get her to commit to fucking going and competing somewhere this year, she was like, I'm not ready. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're more than ready. Like, just go do it. You shut down everyone today. But yeah, I hope that being invited to something like that wouldn't like, set off any alarms for her or whatever. I'm not close enough to her to be able to like broach that softly or whatever. So
I sent her an invite. We'll see what she says.
Do it.
I'm not going to say I'm close to her. I've spoken to her a few times about her projects and stuff, and she's asked me about mine. But like I'm not friends with her.
Okay.
Yeah. We've talked a few times about.
I'm messaging her on her public Instagram. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like I'm Facebook friends.
I do
But-
like that about her too, though. Like if you like
She can
say
play now.
something about one of her, if you say something about one of her projects or whatever, she usually comes back with, "That's cool. I like this thing that you did." But, like that's what I like to see when you talk to somebody. Not just like either like false modesty or
Yeah, well, our goal in
bragging
the beginning
or
wasn't to
whatever.
get the most popular modelers or anything like that. It was to get modelers who are a positive influence on the community.
right on.
And I think she fits that criteria, so it should be good.
No, I hope that she's interested.
We'll see. I
I'll
don't
bug her
expect her
too.
to answer right away, but during this conversation, but it has been sent, so we'll
Word.
see what happens next.
Is this broadcast, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I've been
It's
gushing
on
over
YouTube.
somebody.
It's on
the-
YouTube. You can see the comments.
I've been
Actually,
gushing over
somebody,
somebody on the YouTube. Fantastic.
Somebody recommended that you paint orange before you even said orange.
Oh,
which is kinda
sweet.
funny.
Whoever,
Yeah, if you click live
man,
comments
yeah,
tab,
I know. I'm stupid. I didn't even do that. Hey guys.
Oh, someone said salty snack is where it's at.
Salty
Yeah.
Snacks is where it's at. Boosh Boosh knows. Orange.
It
Boosh
runs-
Boosh. Yes. Well done.
Times, so
Oh, Z was
true.
here.
Yeah, man.
Damn
Because
it.
he was driving, man. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, made him get off it.
Sorvin was in here. Damn it. I need to remember how the internet works. I swear to God.
Well, I didn't even know that there was a tab for comments. That's actually super useful, especially if you have multiple streaming platforms you're using.
Right. Or a
I
chuggy
know
connection or whatever.
Yeah, they tell you like not to use, but if you do,
I mean,
there
yeah.
it is.
Nah, that's handy.
Ooh, man, my neck is stiff.
Anytime I use StreamYard, it's like just a hangout thing. Like I don't broadcast them, so I always forget about that feature.
Yeah, I don't even stream. Every time I do, I get like super anxious. So I'll hop on Justin's and keep him company, but
Nice.
I don't know. I just get anxiety.
I've been hearing that a lot. The whole reason that I started, I'm not trying to monopolize the conversation here, by the way, guys. I haven't talked to grown-ups in a while.
Oh, I'm not a grown up.
Fair.
I'm a 39-year-old child.
But the whole reason I started working on this teaching stream idea was that I actually started using StreamYard as a teaching platform to set up like internet classes, and the few that I did went really, really well, and I really enjoyed doing it. And that was what I was talking about earlier with like Johnlyn, like she and Clippin' Nubs and Clueless Gunpla and a few other did Freddie, like just people that wanted to learn some basics about like sculpting and mini painting and stuff. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And then I set up a server for it to make it like more widely available, and like nobody would ever show up. And like I started like cornering people eventually and just being like, yo, like you were really into doing this before. What's the deal? And apparently a lot of people have issues with that. It, like, this wasn't broadcast or anything. It was just like closed sessions, you know, but like even just the idea of being on camera and interacting or whatever, like throws some people into like total paralysis, which I think is unfortunate. So
I don't mind being on camera or interacting. I just feel weird when it's just me. Like,
oh yeah, that's awkward as shit.
I like the feedback of other people talking. And when you stream by yourself, people can type, but it's ultimately up to you.
Right. Yeah, that was the other thing that when I set up mine, I was like, okay, I must have another person there to talk to. So
yeah,
I've always got my buddy Carl to come in.
I struggle on my solo streams with that.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to like break out of it because I'm not really good at like talking. But like
Justin's our shy boy.
Yeah.
I talk way too much as long as somebody starts me going.
Well, my other problem is I tend to get lost in one thing or the other. So I'll either pay too much attention to the chat or more attention to the chat.
Right. Like anybody that's had the misfortune of sitting through one of my Instagram streams or whatever, it's like somebody will ask me a question and I'll spend the next 45 minutes answering it.
Yeah.
It's I'm real bad about that. So I can fill air. It just might not be the best way.
I need to drag my desktop that Jacob gave me up here. If I can
New
camera
funnels.
to it.
Hey, Sarvin. One of the other dudes on the help team on the GBA.
Sorvin is the man.
I have enjoyed talking with Sarvin. Not too far from me either.
No, Bruges
found that out weirdly.
Booch is the man.
Booge also cool.
You know who else is cool?
Name Booge.
That's
I Google searched it and I got Baby Shark. So I'm assuming it's somebody who is a huge Baby Shark fan.
I don't know if I'm in love with that, but
we take it how we get it. You know, that's.
There's somebody named Daniel that says hello. How are you?
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel better watch his back. I'm coming for him.
What I was getting at with the having other people on the stream thing is I'm always going to have my buddy Carl there with me because he agreed to do it with me on a full-time basis. But I also want like anybody else that wants to come in and demonstrate, you know, if there's like a useful thing that's pertinent to what we're working on or whatever. Like I'm trying to make it so that it's not just like random tutorials and stuff. I'm trying to actually like get people to understand like the reason why they're using the techniques that they're using. Because I see a lot of people just basically like mimicking tutorials and not really understanding why they did what they did, which means they just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And I want to
Another
help
one I
keep
see is
that from
people will
happening.
use techniques and then not teach them because they're like, well, I don't know if this is the right way. And I was like, it's your way.
It's our way.
If it looks good.
Our way is good.
Now I actually started making tutorials for a similar reason than that.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name that everybody fucking loves? Hold on. I have an autographed picture.
Is it me?
Duncan.
It's
What's
It's
that
me.
guy's name? I can't remember.
I don't trust a man that doesn't love
Jacob.
Duncan Rhodes. Is it
Cupcake
Duncan?
Mecca.
Here, this guy.
This guy. Who is that?
Oh, that's
The guy who did this.
oh fuck. The
Story Kim.
Hawaiian dude.
So
It's the Hawaiian guy,
I
right?
think he's
It's
from Korea.
Kensuke. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, Kensuke did one very similar to that recently.
Story Kim. And a lot of people like really look up to him and like his work and stuff like that. And when he joined Instagram, he was posting a lot of pictures of like this thing he was doing, and he painted like a marble texture on a wing Gundam or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And somebody in the comments was like, "Hey, how did you do that?" And he was just like, "It's a secret."
Fuck no.
And like that was it. And like I don't think you are in any way obligated to tell people how to do things, but
No, I don't think so either, but I like helping people.
I mean, maybe if like this was like your full-time job as a competitor or some shit, but even then, like, oh my
That's
god,
what he
dude.
does. Like
you
he's like
can
an
Google.
artist.
Yeah, that's so like pretentious.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
It made me really mad. So
Yeah.
like
No,
I was like,
I would
fuck,
have reacted poorly to that.
I was like, I'm gonna learn as much shit as I can, and I'm gonna teach everybody all the shit that I learned.
I mean, it just
It's
makes more
it's like a
sense.
secret. It's like, what is this? Like deep state CIA government over here?
Are you a fucking Fed? Nah, man.
Bring
I
it
mean,
full.
it's more fun when everybody's competent. You know, like, do you want to just look at your own shit all day, or do you want to
Yeah,
look at
unless
cool
you're
shit
a
everybody's
Fucking
making?
magician.
It kind of comes to that point of, like, are you like that afraid that somebody's gonna learn your shit and do it better than you?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what that mentality is. Like that's why I don't like the competitive mindset. I just don't. It's like,
Well, even with the competitive, I just see it as like an accumulation of skills. I still would want to
Yeah.
teach everybody everything I know. Only
and you
because
can
the
be
hobby-
competitive and still share everything. Like Tim, like
'Cause
he
there's
does
more
that.
than just like a hobby. There's like a culture behind modeling, and it's not going to be able to grow and expand if you don't like. Why would you want everyone like? There's a whole reason, you know, like the whole history is doomed to repeat itself. Like, why would you want somebody to go through all the growing pains that you may have gone through because you didn't have YouTube?
Well, that's
Exactly.
the thing. Like, I flipped out when I realized that you could learn anything in 10 minutes on the YouTubes. Like, I was just like, that's fucking amazing. Like, that was not available when I was learning how to do this.
90% of
You
what
could
I do
learn-
is just shit
You
I got
could learn
from
about
Justin.
which politician's a reptile.
stuff. But like 3/4 of the stuff on YouTube is either bullshit.
I wonder if there's going to be
or-
new YouTube videos about how to inject bleach.
Oh God, there will.
Have you heard about the people who are already drinking bleach?
Yep.
There's this church, and they call it like miracle solution.
Yeah.
And they got all these people in Uganda to drink bleach.
Yeah.
Oh, so they didn't do it themselves first. Got it.
No.
No.
I've heard of people like putting bleach on like a little piece of toilet paper and then swallowing it. And it's supposed to like fuck you up, but cleanse your system. Also, it'll still kill you. So
Yeah, that's chlorine, man. Don't do that. But either
yeah,
way,
that's hard. That's hardcore.
the
I don't even like swallowing when I brush my teeth, like the toothpaste.
that was the
Ugh.
thing though. Like when I realized that all that information was out there, I was like, well, I want to be a force for making it so that the good information comes through. You know, like I'm not saying like it's all bullshit, but a lot of it is just people aping stuff that they saw somebody else do, and again, they don't really understand why they did it, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, see, that's what I would learn anyway. Is like it's great to learn like, hey, you panel line by doing this, but like
Yeah.
if you explain why I'm doing it, I tend to hold on to the knowledge a lot better.
yeah, totally. I mean, that's what learning is. Like you can't just like demonstrate and then call it good.
You can't make me
You gotta
learn.
remember that not everybody learns that way.
I learned a ton of stuff. I mean, being around somebody so they can watch what you do and give pointers really helps. But I mean, the content on YouTube,
The best. Like I would love to do teaching streams and like
Yeah.
break it down to subjects and like have people that are like watching ask questions, because
That's
it's the
what I'm
closest,
trying to
especially
do.
right now. It's the closest. Yeah, it's the closest thing you can get to teaching a real class.
Right.
And the best part about teaching a real class is that people that are actually there that don't quite get what's going on can ask you a question. You go, hey, this
Right.
is
there's some
what's going
miniature
on.
guys who do that. They do like live classes that you have
Yeah.
to pay and sign up for.
Yeah, but I'm doing it for free. So
Yeah, I don't want to profit off of my work. If my work can support itself, that's fine.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with charging for lessons or whatever, and there, especially for some like hyper advanced techniques and stuff. Like if somebody does killer non-metallic metals, you know, fine. That's something that you can't really pick up from just watching anybody do it. But
There's a lot of theory
as
behind
far
it.
as like teaching the basics and shit, like that's arguably stuff that takes more time to really learn and absorb. So it's like you'd benefit more from helping somebody learn how to put down a clean base coat, and they'd benefit more from learning that than they would from you know, charging them $100 to teach them how to do fancy highlighting techniques. You know, it's like that you figure out the tricks pretty quickly once you understand the fundamentals. But that's the
Yeah.
problem, in my opinion, with the whole YouTube approach is like people can look up a technique that I didn't even know existed when I started painting and start trying to ape that shit without knowing how to make a clean base coat color or why this color covers that one and not this one, or, you know, like the
Yeah.
properties of the paint, why it does what it does. Like these are the things I want to help people understand.
Oh,
So
well,
I
you
hope
got
that they give me a chance. I'm also kind of hoping that the streams will like funnel people into doing like a sit down class type situation again. I don't know.
Well, I got you back, Phil. If you need anything, just holla.
Sweet. And anybody that wants to participate in any way with that is more than welcome. Everybody on Helios fucking kills it. So anything anybody's got to say, I want to hear.
Oh, every time I say something, I'm being a troll.
Yeah,
So,
a little bit, but it's okay.
All right, I'm hopping off. I got some stuff to do. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, be good.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks for hanging.
why? Oh, he's gone.
Damn, he bounced.
He
Fast.
was like, I'm gone, and he clicked the button.
Wow.
He had his hand hovering over the button, waiting for the finish talking. You know.
He was probably contemplating before he even said anything.
It was a good clean sign out though. Like anytime I try and do that, it's like then I do like the whole like your parents trying to hang up the video phone thing. You know, maybe
Yeah.
is that just me?
As a-
Yeah.
It takes a little longer.
Yeah. It's like, oh, which button is it? Fuck.
Like,
And
I gotta
sometimes
click it.
the signal hangs for a second before it actually cleanly cuts off.
He's like actually a tech guy though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
He's probably factored in the pre-delay, you know, into his. He's got a custom script written that lets him sign off instantaneously. You know.
He's got
Well,
a down. He's got a down count for his sign off.
Well, that was a pre-buffered "I'm signing out" message, but that's why it was so clean. You know.
I have a friend that would do stuff like that. Like, he would make programs just to do stuff just because he could. And I was
Just
like,
batching
why?
stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I mean, it sounds funny until you see it in action, and then you're like, okay, I see what you did there.
Hey, I mean, if I knew how to write scripts to automate a lot of my more tedious computer things, I would.
Yeah. I used to be. There's just so much nerdiness that I lost and gained lots more to make up for it. But
Different.
yeah, I used to be like the computer nerd when I was a kid, and like now I like either can't remember any of it or none of it applies anymore or whatever.
Now you're just a big paint nerd.
I know, right? Like I went all like Luddite.
Well, that's the thing about tech knowledge, is that it becomes obsolete so quickly these days.
Yeah, man, I went to school for that shit. Like, I barely know how it like. When I was putting together that parts list for the computer the other day, I was like, "What the hell? These things have 8 cores now."
The hell you can do with all that?
That was a big
I got a
thing for
degree
me,
in this.
because for a long time it was purely gigahertz was the measurement, but now you have to factor in like, cores and things like that.
It's pretty wild.
Because people will be like, "Oh, it's 1.4 gigahertz, but it's got 12 cores," and I'm
But
like,
it's got hyper tornado thread ripping tech in it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck even is that? That sounds awesome.
And then like, well, and it's somehow faster than this 3 gigahertz computer, and I'm like,
Right. Nah, it's a weird world, that's for sure.
I remember too, like when a solid state drive first came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you buy a computer with only 256 gigabytes of storage? Someone's like, "Oh, it's solid state, so it boots super, super fast."
Right. It's like a flash drive.
Right. I'm like, "Oh, so like it's just like 16 flash drives is the hard drive."
Yeah. Stability. I've got people that like work on hard drives for a living that can't adequately explain to me how a hard drive or a traditional hard drive works.
Like a disk hard drive?
Yeah, it's like black magic. Well, basically, you've got these magnetic plates that spin opposite one another, and somewhere in between them, it remembers how to do things. What?
Well, I always think of Zoolander. The files are in the computer.
I mean, they are, but
I love that movie.
it's a good one. I just desperately want to find a way to use relax as a mnemonic or Jesus Christ, I can't even do words now. Help me out, internet. What's the word I'm looking? Subliminal trigger. Subliminal. I've just always wanted to brainwash somebody. It's just a thing I want to do.
I'm pretty proud of this. This is something that I wanted to do for a long time, which is make an original Mackay suit variant, and I finally came up with one.
Oh, nice. What are you doing?
It's a like a combat engineering Mackay.
A flamethrower?
So it's what I did. It's meant to be like a sonar thing,
Uh-huh.
So it can like scan through walls. And there's like a searchlight, and I'm gonna make like a little sensor pod up here too.
So it's like a support module.
Yeah, well, because I was looking at all of the recon type ones,
Uh-huh.
like the raccoon,
Right.
raccoon, the Reynard.
Fireball's supposed to be a recon unit too.
The recon one of the fireballs called the Prowler.
Thanks, Booch.
I have a question, Hank.
Yeah,
Is there a difference between the raccoon and the rappoon?
the Rappoon is based on the Raptor, so it has a different hatch and backpack.
Okay.
So Rappoon is raccoon plus Raptor.
Gotcha. I noticed once that I was like surfing through looking for see if anything was like not $8,000 to buy.
Right.
Or it wasn't. And I noticed that one was called Rappoon, and I was like, was that like a translation error, or because I know they look similar.
I made a Rappoon, right? And I
Yeah.
bought a Raptor kit and a raccoon kit, and so I kit bashed it, right? Literally, as I'm putting on the decals, they announce a normal release Raccoon kit. So I sacrificed both kits.
Yep, that never
reason.
fails.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of building a giant orc warlord that they hadn't made a legit model for in almost 25 years.
Talking about
And
the new one?
yep. And the minute that I was like ready to start sanding and painting my Gasgul that I'd spent like 3 months putting together, they put out one that was even bigger than the one I was making. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, well, I remember same thing too is that big Matt K hover vehicle, the Oscar. There was a resin kit that was like $300, of course. And I think like 6 months later, Wave made the plastic kit for like $75.
Yeah, it's the
So
minute that you really commit something to it is when they'll put out an affordable alternative to what you just slaved away making.
Well, 6 months, that's enough that most people who bought that resin kit probably had it in the backlog, so I hadn't even touched it.
Right. I mean, honestly, most of the dudes that are dropping $3 on a model anyway are the collector, look at my backlog types anyway. But
I think that's part of the reason I haven't worked on my my master grade Tail Rider in a while. Because I'm just afraid somewhere in the back of my mind I'm gonna get to a point and Bandai's gonna be like, here it is.
Oh yeah. Now I think that's part of the reason that I really like coming up with original suits is that they're probably not gonna put out what you just put out. You know, like
you're gonna wake up one morning and your shit's gonna be on Build Fighters and you're gonna be pissed.
Right. I'd be cool with it, honestly, but
that's like all the posts and It's a Gundam when people are like, they stole my idea for Build Fighters.
Except it would be legit.
Yeah. I would be fucking jazzed about it. I'd like. Did you guys hear about Viper at GBWC last year?
No.
The guest judge was the artist of the whichever manga the Moon Gundam came from, and he asked Viper if he could put his variant that he designed in the comic.
Wow.
I'm not sure at this point if that means I want to put a photo of your model in the comic or if that means I want to draw the model that you made and make it a suit. Either way, it's cool, but I'm really hoping it's the latter because that would be like the coolest fucking nerd shit ever, in my opinion. That's
everybody's dream. Like, I want to be an action figure one day.
Yeah, make my dumb shit canon. I don't care. I don't need rights. just do it. Make this thing blow something up real good.
Do you know that group, Phil? It's a Gundam on Facebook.
I do not. I'm not really a Facebook guy at all.
Dude, it's really funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
I really used to love that group, and it has devolved into some nonsense. I love the admins. Like, the team that runs it is great, but that group is a mess.
But that group is good for, like, if you just want to, like, roll your eyes at something.
Are you a member of Gunpla Network?
I'm not a member of Gunpla Network now.
That is it. Well, it's gotten better. It's gotten better, but that used to be the group.
I just can't do like large groups of nerds anymore. Like, it's just weird.
There's a few really, really good groups on Facebook though, which are kind of the only reason why I still have Facebook.
I like
80s anime model kits. That group is amazing.
That group is really
pretty fucking specific. Yeah.
There's a guy right now who he's scanning all of his old, like back when comic shops would import, old Yamato and like Dorbat kits without any kind of context, just because. And he's scanning all these old catalogs of these. There's a lot of like really cool kind of like archiving projects that goes on in that group.
I like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that like any like concentration of nerd culture is a bad one. Like, I mean, the GBA is like my home on the internet. Like, everybody there has been mercifully drama free in my estimation, and everybody's just a bunch of dorks trying to hang out and learn how to get good at painting robots pretty. But it seems like so many of them that I have dealt with in the past have just turned into these weird, like, why are we having so many emotions about this subject type scenarios where I was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, that's I've kind of found that like the less I directly interact with the community, sometimes the better.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
I like if you come at me one on one, great. But in like a group setting where there's a bunch of people and people are just trying to like, stir shit and you know be themselves or be jerks or whatever,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
get
not.
it.
That's where I start to have problems because then like everybody starts getting passionate, everything gets weird, and then
Yeah, I'm
nobody's
just
having.
like, we're talking about toys, y'all. Like, you just talked about punching that dude over a toy fight. What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh snap!
I
You're playing without.
I dig that people get passionate about what they care about. And I'm not trying to sound like, a judgmental prick about it or whatever. Like, I'm sure that I get all up in arms about some shit that people would be like, why are you even stressing, dude? But
It's very in the middle. Like, I understand being passionate about something that you like, and I understand being passionate about something you've worked really hard on.
right.
But don't be an asshole about it. You can be passionate without being an asshole.
Absolutely. I am a fan of that approach.
There's
My wife is right now. She's playing Call of Duty.
Lincoln Wright's group is pretty good too. Paint on Plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think part of it comes from like my whole like getting started in the mini painting community instead of the gunpla community too. Like, there is so much emphasis on competition and like comparison, and there's so many people that do it that there's like this constant feeling that everything you do is being weighed and judged against what everybody else is doing, and it's just there's very little, at least in the groups that I found, there's very little collaborative spirit. It's a whole lot of like competitive spirit, and like even if you got like some dude that you're tight with, it's like it's almost like you're my favorite enemy,
Right.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
this just seems counterproductive, and I guess that just kind of flipped my switch early, where I'm just like, anytime I see somebody start to lean that direction with what they're talking about, I'm just kind of out of it.
Yeah, I get that.
But at the same time, that's really limiting things I could be learning, because the competitive dickheads are usually the ones that are pushing the hardest. So, I don't know. I'd rather hang out with people who just want to talk about cartoons and make cool shit. So
that's true.
That's where you'll find me.
That's where I'm at.
If you want
I
to
think
learn
I'm
how to
done.
do
I think
stuff,
I've called
I'll
it
show
done.
you. Yeah, the thing is cool.
I think he's done.
Very nice. Very nice.
I want to see
think
some
they're too
proper
crazy
pictures
to
of it.
Well, if I can get the Jacob gave me a computer.
Oh, cool.
Like 6 months ago. If I can get that up here and hook it up, because you saw the picture of my new setup.
Yeah.
I would like to do a stream where I teach people model kit photography.
Awesome. I mean,
But
that's
it's a
always
matter
something
of
we
if
all
I can
need.
Well, yeah. I figure I've been out of work for a little while, so this will be
Right.
good practice for me on top.
Sure. Yeah. Do you know how to settle that stuff up, or you need a hand with any of it, or?
Well, right now my laptop and my camera just don't like to play these. So my idea is to shoot tethered.
Okay.
And I would to just basically hook the camera into the computer, and when I take a picture, it pops up on the computer. I know it's possible because we do it at work all the time.
Sure.
It's just a matter of getting it to work. So once I get it working, that's when, because I've run through the I have a Canon. I've run through the official Canon thing. That doesn't work. I've run it through Lightroom. That doesn't work.
So you're trying to just use the camera. You're trying to use the SLR to just take stills while you're running an active stream on another camera. Is that what you're saying?
Well, right now, what I just want to do is make it so when I take a picture, it transfers to the computer.
Okay.
Once I get that, I can do anything.
You can get a Wi-Fi enabled SD card.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing, yeah.
I'm gonna look that up in just a minute because
That could work too. I mean, that just honestly, that just sounds like
making-
finding the right software because I mean, it can obviously do it. It's just a question of having a software that runs that script that says open this at this resolution right here now.
I just think my computer's it's on its way out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
So I think if I bring the desktop up here and I set it up, then that will alleviate all my problems.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's worth a shot.
That's the worst feeling when you know a computer's starting to sputter.
Oh, it's been so long since that has happened to me. Like it's been hurting me with this one. Like I spent serious time like leaning this machine down to be able to push a stream, and it's arguably running awesome, but just not for that,
Yeah.
It hurts when you're like, oh man, there's no reason this thing shouldn't be able to do this, but for whatever reason, this protocol just demands this capability, even though it's not using it,
Right.
That sucks.
When my old
Forced
laptop
obsolescence.
started having some my old MacBook, when I started having some issues like that, I was like, oh no. Because now MacBooks are terrible with the soldered memory and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, most Macs are garbage now. Like I would have been that idiot that argued for, the relative merits of Macs for the longest time. Just
I mean, up until like
capability for music.
2014, they were pretty good. But once they switched to things like soldered memory, I was like, there's no point owning these now.
Yeah, I won't be buying another one.
Because I'm a pretty big right to repair advocate.
Absolutely. What's the point of owning a machine you can't maintain of any kind?
All right, boys. Well, I'm about to pop off of here.
All right. Well, I might head off too then.
Okay. Hang on. I don't know if you've got anything else going on. Well, here, Justin, you want to do your sign off stuff or whatever?
Oh, I mean, my sign off is typically I'll see y'all Monday.
Okay.
If y'all want to plug channels or anything, you guys are more than welcome to.
I don't really have anything specific to plug right now, but if you enjoyed talking about nerdy subjects, my screen name there is the same as anywhere. You can always hit me up, and I'm obviously willing to talk at length about anything. So hit me up if you're bored.
I mean, I guess mine's the same. I'm at that screen name pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
All right. And I will catch everybody on Monday's stream. We're going to keep working on either the Easy 8 or the Goof, one of those. So
Hell yeah.
thanks for watching, everybody.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
See you.